This is News with the Disney Dude. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and do me a favor and please hit that thumbs up if you like the video. Here now is the news for Wednesday, January 28th of 2026. Castle Pyro has been removed from Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair due to castle repainting. I did go to Magic Kingdom today. I did meet with my girlfriend. We walked around there for a little while. And I had noticed that when we didn't watch the show, but when we were standing in the Haunted Mansion queue, I noticed that when the show had ended, you usually hear the fireworks go off and everything. We didn't hear that, so I was like, I wonder why. And then I thought, oh, I bet I know why. I bet that's because of the castle repainting. So just keep that in mind, that when you watch Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair, at least for a little while, there will be no fireworks. So if you're sitting there and going, gee, didn't they used to do fireworks at the end of that show? Yes, they usually do. They usually do, but because of the castle repaint, they're not able to do the pyrotechnics, the fireworks at the end of that show. Space Mountain at the Magic Kingdom tests a new single rider queue. I hesitate to say that this is great, because sometimes the single rider lines are not, they don't really save you any time. It's nice for like slow days, but most of the time those single rider line queues they don't really save you any time. They're actually, sometimes they're longer. I remember that, test track, when I used to do the single rider line for Test Track, that moved really quick. And now it's like everybody and their mother wants to do that. So that single rider line is not all that good anymore. It still, saves you some time, but it's like, well, Space Mountain is not a really long wait. Usually it's not really that bad of a wait. Every time that I've gone on it, which I don't go on it all the time, but most of the time that I go on it, it's pretty much a walk-on. I mean, it's pretty much, the most that I've waited was like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. And this was at like a 35-minute wait. So, because again, Space Mountain is one of those dual loading coasters. So they load both sides. So usually that line moves pretty quick. But I hope that this would work. And if it does work, they should bring it to other popular rides like Tron and Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Slinky Dog Dash, rides of that nature. Single rider lines are good and they're bad at the same time. I have waited in a single rider line for, this is not Disney, but I've waited in that single rider line for Hagrid's motorbike adventure over at Universal. That is terrible. That is terrible. That is the worst single rider line I think I have ever done in my in my life. Going to theme parks a lot. It's I think that's the worst single rider line I have ever done. Test Track can get like that, but I mean, not anything like Hagrid's. So I hope that this works out. I'm gonna have to if I go on a day when they're testing this, I'm gonna have to try this out. So I can't really speak on my experience with it because I haven't done it yet. But if any of you have tried, if any of you are going to the Magic Kingdom anytime soon and they're testing this single rider line at Space Mountain, let me know how it goes. Let me know how it goes, because I don't know when I'm going to be able to get back to the Magic Kingdom. I'm getting ready for right now it's getting a busy time. Dinosaurs closing. That's another one of my stories. I think on here. Let's see. Is it? I don't think it is. Maybe it's not. No, it's not on here. But I'm getting ready to close Dinosaur. That's coming up. So I'm gonna be I'm going there. I'm going to Animal Kingdom on Sunday, which wish me luck, because it's only supposed to be like in the 40s. So it's gonna be cold. We're gonna be wearing like parkas and snow gear and everything. But so I don't know that when I'm gonna be able to get back to Magic Kingdom, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to go back sometime after the closure of Dinosaur, unless anything else comes up. But again, if any of you have been in the single rider queue for Space Mountain, I know that they used to do it before. If you have been in that single rider line, let me know how it worked. Let me know how it worked out for you. But I think I think it would be a good thing and it would be a bad thing at the same time. So just let me know. Just let me know if you've done that before. Just let me know, because I'm interested. Walt Disney World annual pass holder good to go days have been added to February calendar. So I know every time I report on this, people are like, they come into the comments and they're like, you don't need a reservation anymore. Are you a pass holder? No. Then you don't need a reservation. Okay, us annual pass holders still need reservations. Why? I have no idea. I have no idea. I think it's stupid, but that wasn't my decision to make. I think it's kind of stupid at this point, but I don't know. I really have no idea. But at least our good to go days have been added to the February calendar. I can't believe it's almost February already. It's like this month just flew by. Typhoon Lagoon is reopening Friday, but don't get too excited because it's closing again starting Saturday for another 3-day closure. So enjoy that very brief reopening period of Typhoon Lagoon because it is not going to last. It will be starting on Saturday. It's closing again because of the cold weather. It's going to be pretty comfortable weather on Friday, and then after that it's back down to cold again. So enjoy that. If you can make it to Typhoon Lagoon on Friday, enjoy it because it's not going to last long. The Little Mermaid soundstage at Disney's Hollywood Studios has been fully repainted. That's great. Keeping these buildings, and keeping them, the upkeep is important. I went on this. I said this on my last show. I think that the building should be different colors, because it would help distinguish what is what instead of just one single color. Walt Disney Presents is one color. Little Mermaid is another color. The animation, the new animation building is a different color. Disney Junior, that new Disney Junior show, that could be a different color. Having them different colors instead of just having them all the same color, I think that would make a lot more sense. Obviously Disney, Walt Disney World's not going to spend that money to, to repaint all the buildings different colors, but I would love it if they were different colors. Aerosmith's bassist visits Rock N Rollercoaster before imminent closure, which is just great. Of course, it has to happen when I'm not there, because I would have loved to have seen him, because that would be awesome. But it is nice that they showed up before the ride closes. Will they be there on the last day? Probably not. If they're showing up this early, probably not. I don't know. I mean, who knows? I have no idea. They could be there on the last day. I don't know. I didn't even know that Jim Henson's daughter, Heather Henson, was going to be at the closing of Muppet Vision. But she showed up, so that was a great surprise. So who knows? Maybe they'll be there at the last day. I have no idea. But that would be really cool to see them there and, kind of have a meet and greet with them. That would be really cool. That'd be really awesome. But, but of course, again, it has to happen on the day that I'm not there, so. More pavement has been removed from Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin at the Magic Kingdom. I saw this personally. We went on the People Mover today, so I got to see down in that courtyard. I put that video up on my new channel, but I don't know if I got the inside. I don't know. I don't think I did, but it was really cool to see that. It was really interesting to see that all of the sidewalks and everything are getting torn up and repaved and everything. So they are redoing everything. Everything in that space they are redoing. So it's not just the ride that's getting updated and obviously the sign, but everything around that space is getting refurbished, which I think is great. I mean, that's really great. Cinderella Castle repainting begins at the Magic Kingdom. We already alluded to that because Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair is not doing any pyro. And another story is the Magic Kingdom welcome show that they do every morning is no longer performing with characters due to that castle repaint. So, yeah, sorry if you missed the characters during the morning show, but obviously they can't perform because the castle's being painted and everything would be wet, so that would obviously be a be a huge mistake. So just keep that in mind as well. Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair is not having any fireworks, and the welcome show at the beginning, what is it called? Let the Magic, what's it called? Let the Magic Begin is not happening. But it is nice that at the end of the night, they are doing fireworks, though. I don't know how much, but I think that they're doing the full fireworks at night. So at least the nighttime didn't get affected, which I think would have been, I think Disney realized that we can't really do it at night because of, because everybody in the park stays for, stays for the fireworks. So we obviously can't cancel the fireworks at night. So I think, Disney was really smart and realized not to cancel the evening fireworks, just the morning and the afternoon fireworks. Prop pipes have been removed from Gonzo's Royal Flush and former Muppets Courtyard. So again, another remnant of Muppets Courtyard is gone. Piece by piece, they're getting rid of this thing. Really hurts my heart. Gonzo's Royal Flush, this is going to seem kind of weird and funny, but Gonzo's Royal Flush was probably one of the best bathrooms at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I hope it's the same when they reopen it with Monstropolis, but Gonzo's Royal Flush was, to me, one of the best bathrooms in Hollywood Studios. PhotoPass photographers are stationed outside of Dinosaur before its imminent closure. So, again, I will be there on the last day of Dinosaur. I'm going to get I don't usually do the PhotoPass stuff, but I'm going to get my picture taken with, in front of the Iguanodon, in front of Aladar, if you will, because I want to relive that memory of me closing Dinosaur. So, but just so you know that they do have PhotoPass photographers out front for you to take your picture. Also, be aware that the wait time for Dinosaur is high. It's not extremely high yet. I want to wait till the last day to see what that looks like. I looked on the app today a couple times. It got high. It got hot, like, I think it was like 30 to 35 minutes, 30, 35, 40 minutes, but I've seen it higher. I have definitely seen it higher, and this was before they were going to close it. I've seen that ride at a 60, 70 minute wait. So that's not bad. The last day of the attraction, I expect it to be really high for the whole day. So I expect it to be at a 60, 70, 80, 90 minute wait pretty much all day. So just keep that in mind. if you are going on the last day, to pack your patience with Dinosaur, because it's going to be packed. It's going to be packed. And if you're thinking about booking a lightning lane for it, if you haven't done that already, I would get on that, because they're probably already all sold out. I'm gonna look tomorrow, because I can make my fast pass selections tomorrow. But I would be surprised if Dinosaur had any left. I would be surprised. That doesn't mean that, you know, that more can't open up. It absolutely could, but I would be surprised if there were any times left for Dinosaur. So, you know, but again, usually Dinosaur is not that, it's not that bad of a wait. Again, we're just going to have to wait and see what it is on closing day. It may be really, really bad. It's probably going to be really, really bad. But we're just going to have to wait and see. But, I would definitely pack your patience, if you're going to the closing of Dinosaur, because it's going to be busy. It's going to be really, really busy. And our last story is scaffolding expands again outside the Haunted Mansion at Walt Disney World. This is another one of those where I saw this today when we rode the Haunted Mansion today. I did see that they're doing exterior work at the actual building. So it's not just the Rivers of America side, it's also the mansion side. And I really hope to God that they don't change the stretching room. As far as we know, that's not what's happening. It looks like all of this construction is happening outside of the mansion. The actual facade, and then the Rivers of America side. So we're assuming right now that the stretching room is not being touched. So fingers crossed. But we'll again. Tagline for the show seems to be, we're gonna have to wait and see. Okay, so we'll just have to wait and see. Okay. But there you are. There is your news for this week. No rants today, thankfully. I got that out of my system on Monday. So no rants today. But if you like this video, please hit that like button. Do me another favor. Please subscribe to the channel. Really, really helps. Really helps. But if you like the video, please hit that like button, because that actually helps more, because that gets this video out to more people that want Disney news. If you go over to my ride channel, which is called @DisneyRide, if you haven't been over there, I did upload some more videos today. If you happen to go over there, please like those videos, because again, that helps with this algorithm thing. Subscribe to that channel if you haven't already. Again, all that helps out. But I thank you guys very much for watching this video. You guys have a great rest of your day and your week. I will see you right back here on Monday for more Disney news. Until then, you guys keep each other safe and healthy. And remember that tomorrow is just a dream away.